everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with a little journal flip through of this little flea market style traveler's notebook. This one is called Honeybees Were Flying By. So this one is a collaged cover with a fabric spine, 3-hole binding, and the focal point is this sweet little girl in these flowers, and we have a little bee flying away here. It's got a moth on back and another sweet little children's picture here, and how to draw a triangle with 3 right angles. So it's a fun collaged book. The eyelet is metal to close it, and it has some vintage seam binding in this pretty yellow color. So we just pop that back there, and we will hop inside and see what we have here. So you'll see that there is a bureau style folder at the front with more collage. The whole inside of the journal cover is also collage. And then inside we have this journal tag. It says buttercups at the edge of a pond. And it has stitched lines on back for writing. Then the first page opens up with this beautiful floral paper with butterflies, and this is a pocket made from a vintage photo from May of 1958 with this woman standing here at the water's edge of Niagara Falls. And this is another bird collage tag, some strawberries and some vintage wallpaper with beautiful poppies. And on this side we have like a pink dotted paper and a floating pocket with this lovely piece of moth stationery inside, and that just clips on with a rusty paper clip. Then we have a fabric flip with some nice sparkly fabric and some vintage fabrics, and it's on top of graph paper, vintage graph paper with the holes at the bottom. So that just lays back down there. Okay. This side we have stenciling and a little collage with some yellow flowers. This is a children's book page with this really sweet little turtle. And then on this side we have a pocket that's been collaged, and up here a little bit of a newspaper. I believe it's a Dutch newspaper. And then this is an altered envelope, so you can see there's a piece of acetate here, and some florals and mushrooms and a moth, and you open it up, there's writing space here. This is actually a vintage stationery envelope, and on the inside when you take out the journal card, you see that there is some fun music behind there, and then this is the journal card. And then when it pops inside, you will again see these lovely people of this piece of art. And then this is like a peekaboo kind of floral page. So back here we have some black walnut dyed paper to write on, and then this is avocado dyed paper. This is an altered envelope. So there are 3 slots in the envelope that have been filled entirely with these fun little pieces of ephemera, like Richard's scary mini journal cards, these fun vintage image tags, little botanical bird stamps, and some other things just to either use as ephemera throughout the journal, or you can just write in them and leave them in here. Then behind this we have a secret pocket with a lovely bird tag here that's been collaged. This side we have some Gray's Anatomy paper as the base page, and then on top of it there's some nice crinkly cabbage dyed parchment paper. This is a vintage ledger paper that has been avocado dyed, and it has some vintage fabric stitched to the edge. This is a little collage cluster with some birch bark and this pretty green fly here, and it says a change on this tab. And these are some coffee dyed tickets. This side we have a little children's book page, it's vintage, and then a coffee dyed book page pocket. Blue paper underneath, and this is a sample tag. So you take 3 fabrics and stitch them on, and they're the same colors that are within the tag itself, and it has ledger paper on back. This is an altered paper bag, and it has this lovely stamp here, seal, wax seal, and it has kind of an overall theme of a few things. So one is this burgundy paper. I've used it for many of the elements. So you flip this for writing space. Then I've used cabbage dyed paper. Here's another element, which is this washi tape. And you'll see I've added the same paper to the edges of these to give them a little bit of a firm like pushing point to put the stationery back inside the envelope. So there's two pieces of that fun paper. And then you can flip this up for more writing space. This side has been sprayed with acrylic spray, and I've continued with some paper applique from the same paper. This is a college roll piece of paper with vintage yearbook images. And this is a journal card made from the same 1970s vintage yearbook. This is just a lovely piece of art on a greeting card about 16 Mile Creek in Oakville. We have a mushroom stamp. This is a little pocket that's been stitched on, made from a very old book that talks about June 1st of 1711. This is, as I mentioned, a very, very old book. It was, I think, early 1800s. I got it in an estate auction. And then we have an authentic little photo of this girl, Margaret Slack, when she was about 5 years old. This is black walnut dyed paper with this little folk art wallpaper applique of a cow. This is watery blue dyed paper with a little Jeremiah bullfrog from Beatrix Potter. It's kind of like a circle window shape there. Then we have a waterfall of scrapbook pages and this fun botanical calendar. This is a beautiful Japanese illustrated book page from a children's book. I don't know a lot about these books, but I found a few of them and the illustrations are just incredible. This is a little crochet doily with a wooden butterfly button on a bulb pin. And then we'll open the center to more of the spread of that beautiful illustration. That's more of it there. And then the botanical calendar and the waterfall of pages. This is more of my watery blue paper with some a fabric tab on the side. Here's a fabric cluster with a sweet little fox at the center. A little fabric stamp on black walnut dyed paper. This is a pocket made from an old book cover, and it says, "I run, the field follows me, hills shoo their way out of the grass." Inside we have two pieces of paint sample and a children's learn to read card that says when. All are blank on the back for writing. This is a botanical envelope and it flips out. Mushroom stamp at the bottom, 3 of Swords tarot card, a fun vintage bird tea card here in a collage, and inside we have a tall journal card made from a field guide page about the nuthatch. And then you flip it back over and we have these dancers here, and this is packaging paper for writing space. More college roll paper, and this is my breakup tag. So this is a fun tag. This is an image of a couple from that vintage yearbook, and I purposely cut it in half and then stitched it back together, and you can write on the back. This is like an editor of the yearbook kind of proof page that I created with another vintage picture from the yearbook. So this is Marlene Tietze. "Life is the art of drawing without an eraser," is her quote. This is a paper bag, altered paper bag, more of the same, with the same paper and the same themes here. Acrylic splash on the back, and this fun butterfly stationery inside this paper bag side tuck. More of the paper bag with 2 brads up here, creating like a little flip-up notebook. This fun tab here, and some cabbage dyed paper for writing space. This is blue construction paper with this fun 2 tabs fabric collage. And then on this side we have avocado dyed paper ledger with a little moth stamp, and it says Strange Happenings. And this is actually aluminum foil. This little pocket is made from a vintage book about DIY, and I just love the text. We have a fish hiding out under here, and this is a bird journal tag made with some really old book page, a couple of birds from a field guide, and a little bit of lace at the bottom, and it's on packaging paper. This side we have a tuck spot made from the Two of Voices tarot card on Grey's Anatomy paper. And this is a collaged woodpecker tag. And clipped on the back here, we have this fun old advertisement from a vintage magazine. It says, "Lovely, fashionable beauty mist, the best seamless stockings you can buy for $1. And it's just this woman buried in envelopes. And then this is avocado dyed paper with a little piece of old paper collaged down to it, and a little attached notebook with some fun papers, lace and a button. This is a collaged pocket on a children's book page with an old piece of newspaper here. And this is an audience tag, writing space on both sides. And this is your audience, these people from a vintage book. Children's storybook page, some stenciling, and a fabric tab made from iridescent green silk. This is a little botanical pocket, a vintage plant card about purple hens and chicks, and the back has been covered and sprayed a little for writing space. And this is a lace side tuck pocket with a vintage postcard of these beautiful birch trees, and on the back it has been written on. It's from 1952. Then on this side we have an altered paper clip of this sweet little vintage toy theme, and then more of the botanical paper. This is a journal card that says, "He is swift and free as the wind, and still and solid as a great rock," she said to the breezes and stones. And it has this little boy with an owl here and some fun collage book spine. And then at the back, you'll see that there is more collage here. We have a fox and a bird. And then inside the bureau folder, back here you can see a bee and a butterfly. We've got this little book page from Peter Rabbit book by Beatrix Potter. And that's just a little piece of stationery. So that is the full Honeybees Were Flying By journal. I absolutely love this one. I think it's one of my favorites of this series. I have a few more coming. I'm trying to break the videos up so it's not like super monotonous, because they are all in the same kind of theme, although all of the ephemera is unique. I just don't want to make too many of these videos all too clustered together. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in this journal, it will be in my Etsy shop, if not already, very soon. There are a few others there from the series, and these make really great little notebooks to take on a trip with you. If you've got like a 2-week vacation, 1-week vacation kind of plan for the summer, you can collect all of your bits that you know, places that you may travel to, your photos, or just your writing about your fun days that you're going to have. So thank you for joining me. You can find all my social media information down below in the description box. Bye for now.